Barcelona or Madrid? Let's get into this. All right, so when looking at Barcelona or Madrid, you might have a ton of questions when determining what city you want to visit in Spain. So this video is primarily for kids studying abroad or people who are in Spain for a short period of time, and for people who want a quick decision on what city they should see when choosing Spain as their destination. All right, so let me start off by saying that both of these cities are incredible and you really can't go wrong when choosing either of the two. And at the end, I'll give you my preference on which city I liked more. All right, so let's just start with a general vibe of each city. So from what I took away, Madrid has a much more Spaniard feel to it. Barcelona wants to associate more with the Catalan culture and not so much with the Spanish culture, from what I understand. So I think this is important to understand because Barcelona is still a Spanish country and has a lot of Spanish attributions to it, but Madrid has much more of that feel to it. So if you're looking for much more of the Spanish culture and feel to a city, I would probably recommend seeing Madrid. But don't get me wrong, Barcelona still has a little bit of that in the culture there. All right, so let's jump over to the food scene. This is a really interesting topic in both cities. The food is very good in each, but I think it's really interesting because from my preference, I think Barcelona actually has a better food scene than Madrid. Now, I know I didn't get to dive way into the food scene in either place, but every restaurant and every place that I ate in Barcelona was much better than Madrid. Don't get me wrong, Madrid has its own takes and unique places and unique foods, but I think Barcelona has much more of a refined food scene and much more of a kind of like a cool aspect to the food scene. It's something that really stood out to me when traveling to Barcelona. So I would think and suggest when it comes to food that Barcelona has a leg up on Madrid. Not by much, but just a little bit. And then in terms of overall things to do, both cities are very vast and have so much to offer in both places. So in terms of this, I would say it's kind of a split when looking at either place. You really can't go bored in either of the two locations. There's a lot to do in each place and so much to offer. So I would say this is more of a tie in terms of a category. And then jumping further into culture and more so towards the feel, Barcelona has much more of a beachy kind of feel and kind of a very unique aspect. A lot of really cool architecture influenced by Gaudi. You can see the Sagrada Familia and a lot of his architectural work, Park Güell, and this is all over the city, which is really cool. Now, Madrid has much more of a traditional architecture, much more formal to that culture. So it's more of a matter of what you are interested in, but this is just something to keep in mind. Not anything huge, but it definitely has an impact on the two cities. And then finally, looking into the nightlife. Both cities are incredible with the nightlife, but I would definitely have to give the leg up to Madrid on this one. Teatro Capital and Club Joy Eslava are two of the best clubs that I've ever been to. Opium in Barcelona and Paca are absolutely incredible as well, but in my personal opinion, Madrid clubs are definitely better than the Barcelona ones. But again, you really can't go wrong. I would give the leg up to Madrid by only just a little bit here. So with that in mind, I hope this gives you more of an in-depth look and helps you figure out what place to go to. I think if I were to go back to one of the two places, I would probably choose Barcelona, but only just a little bit. Madrid, still an amazing place, and hopefully I can spend way more time here in the future. But I would probably choose Barcelona just because of my different values and opinions on different topics of travel. But hopefully this gave you a good in-depth look of 2 cities in Spain, and hopefully you can have an easier time deciding on what place to go to for your study abroad, weekend trips, or adventures through Spain in the future. So thanks for watching, guys, and please make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. I will really appreciate it. So thank you, and we'll see you next week.